Doom, doom, doom. Welcome to podcast episode whatever the fuck. Welcome to the podcast. Today's episode we will be covering the Promised Neverland.
Ooh,
Spooky.
spooky.
Oh.
I just want to throw this out there. If anybody has seen this show, which I would hope you have if you're listening to this, because we're gonna be, as always, spoilers.
Spoiler.
That's what we do. So if you want spoiler free, you should just email us. Yeah, as always, it's gonna be spoilers, riddled with spoilers, spoilers. So if you're not ready for Promised Neverland spoilers, or if you just like hearing our smooth, sultry voices,
Well, his, not mine.
then yeah, you have options here. Either you stay with us and we don't threaten you, or you leave us and we do threaten you to come back. We won't do that. But yeah, stick around. We're going to be talking about season 1. Season 2 will be coming in the near future as far as our review of it. But yeah, we'll be going over season 1 and everything that we enjoyed about it. And just let me say that this show did not go the way I thought it was going to go whatsoever from the beginning. That was a freaking ride from beginning to end. From episode 1 to episode 12 was some of the craziest shit I've seen in an anime in a while. So lead us off with your views on this beginning portion of this anime, good sir.
Well, I mean, yeah, they definitely packed a lot in a 12 episode series. So But so I started out, I was like, what the fuck does this guy have me watching? Because there's just a bunch of kids. I mean, they started out where they're standing at the fence, Emma Ray and Norman. And I was like, okay, it's just some weird shit there. But then it goes to like the house and stuff and a bunch of fun kids and happy. And I was like, what the hell am I watching? Because you mentioned it was like some kind of thrill. And I was like, how the hell is this a thriller?
Yeah.
And then it kicked off. So I noticed the numbers on their necks while it was showing. I was like, oh, fuck. What is this going to be? I knew something was going to happen, but I couldn't tell what it was. I was like, okay, maybe they're like in prison, which I guess they technically were.
That's what I thought.
But yeah, I wasn't sure the direction it was going. And then, they kick it off real good with Connie there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was...
Didn't see that shit coming at all. I went in basically blind. Excuse me. The only thing that I knew going in was that just the basic exact what I told you. It's a thriller. So
Yeah.
I didn't look at any reviews as far as in-depth reviews are concerned. I went off of a couple of recommendations that I had seen and decided, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on it. It's a quick binge. It's 12 episodes. I can reserve a couple hours on a Saturday night and watch it. That's exactly what I did. Yeah, that first episode with Connie. And I'm like, oh, let's take her teddy bear thing or whatever, her little stuffed bunny rabbit. After she gets selected to get, she got picked to go to, she got adopted. Oh, yay. Oh, no, she left her bunny. Oh, no, let's go save it and give it back to her so she doesn't, what the fuck? Yeah, that's...
Oh, she did.
Oh, she did. Oh, no. Yeah, that shit... That shit got dark real fucking quick. Okay. So this isn't like a trend that I'm trying to do. Like, make you watch shit that's like, okay, this is pretty. Oh, damn, and it gets really dark. No.
I'm questioning what I'm watching.
No, I'm recommending things that are mild brain teasers and just an overall good time. Like I enjoy the wild rides and the roller coasters of certain anime, and for me, yeah, for it to start off like that shit was wild, and then to see like the happy smile of like the mom, Isabella, to see her and this nice happy-go-lucky mother for this orphanage, and all the kids love her and she's just so caring, and then you see her out there and then she finds the rabbit and realizes that, okay, clearly somebody knows what's going on. Yeah. That shit was
she turns scary really fast when she finds that rabbit. You see her face, and I'm like,
oh my god, yeah.
She doesn't look so nice anymore.
At the drop of a hat. Yeah, that was crazy. She's relatively complex character as we go through of course, as you go through the series. I don't want to obviously go into too much detail right now, but yeah, she's a pretty complex character, and I liked her, I guess you could say, conniving way of
She's definitely a smart one.
very smart, very cunning, very plays things knowing that she has some like really intelligent children at the orphanage, playing against their intelligence and doing that cat and mouse. That was the best part of the whole show, was the cat and mouse.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was basically a whole mind game, the whole show, because of the strategy going into it, as far as both sides. And then they threw a few loops here and there throughout the season.
Oh yeah, I mean all the way up through to
nice.
the last episode, like that. Yeah. There were plenty of quick twists that just completely derail your initial thought process of how the events are going to play out.
Yeah, like I can definitely say I was not. There's a lot of things I like wasn't sure what was going to happen next.
Yeah.
Like I could add a few guesses, but I wasn't sure what direction they would take it, and it always seemed to go the opposite of what I wanted.
Yeah, like for example, when the kids find out, of course, Emma and Norman find out, and they're like, "Let's not tell Ray because he's a hothead,"
Yeah.
So they don't tell Ray, about the fact that, oh shit, we're basically meat sacks for these demons. And this is a freaking body farm. Oh cool, demons eating children. It's not what you think. Trust me, we'll get into that. It is what you think, but it doesn't play out in the way that you think it does. Let's put it that way.
I mean, even just the whole scenario and world of it is like, you think about being in those kids' shoes, and you're
oh
like,
my god,
them trying to act normal after Norman and Emma, after they got back from seeing Connie dead, and they tried to act normal around Mom. It's like, dude, I don't know if I could have done that as like a 11-year-old. Yeah, I think that's how old they are.
Yeah, I think they were all three of them very close.
Yeah, they were 10
to the limit, because the limit's what, 12. Yeah, the limit's 12 years old, and then you're just sold off anyway, regardless of how succulent you are. In the eyes of the demons. But the whole demon reveal thing, that was whoa. And then, like you said, it was right off the rip. There wasn't any real hesitation to it. But like you said, then the way that Norman and Emma have to literally interact with Mom as if nothing has happened. There's no issues. Everything is just peachy keen, Mom. Yeah, it's I can't imagine the amount of, what do you even call that? Like just sheer fear, like just constant state of fear that they would be in the entire time, knowing that she knows that one of the kids is aware of what's going on. She just doesn't know who.
Yeah, well, and then on top of that, you have the tension in the house of the fear of Mom and like all the demons and being shipped off, but then at the same time, they have no idea what's outside of the orphanage. Like they don't even know, so they spend like the whole season trying to scout and figure out what's even out there. So it's the mystery of the outside world. Is it going to be better than what you got in there?
So they make that decision of, we have to escape. Excuse me. They make that decision of, we have to escape, and I believe it's Norman that brings up a good point of, we don't even know what's out there. If there's demons, clearly that we know that they exist. Are they the entirety of what's out there, or is there somewhere we can go where we don't have to interact with them? Things of that nature. So I like that he's kind of the voice of reason of, we can't just somehow lift up all these kids and get them out of here. That's not possible. And Emma, of course, being stubborn, she kind of got on my nerves slightly with her.
A lot.
I don't want to say a lot. I mean, with her, I envy her optimism, but I'm also, it gets irritating. Like, it's to the point where she frustrates me in her level of intelligence, but also level of absolute naivety of, we can do anything. We can get every single one of these kids out of here, and nobody will know.
Naivety.
Yeah, naivete. There we go. But yeah, that she really and truly believes that somehow, some way, she's going to get every single child out of this place all at the same time. and nothing. There could be zero consequences to that action.
Yeah, she doesn't. It's like one of those characters that's like, oh, I'm gonna do the right thing no matter how stupid it is or unlogical it is.
Yeah,
It's like, well, you gotta think like they're like 4 years and younger. It's like,
yeah.
eh.
But then you
You know,
think
when a
about,
baby starts crying while you're out in the woods running from demons,
like Phil. He's literally like
that's when you
4.
eat it. Side note on Phil, he reminds me of Squirtle from Pokemon.
Yes,
You know, if you're on YouTube, I'll put a comparison up. When there, it's like one of his smiles when he's got like no teeth or anything. It looks like that.
I love
I
Phil.
just had to note that.
We'll get to Phil in all of his greatness. He's probably top tier
I hope
character of the
he's a big
entire
character
series.
in the next
I
season.
really hope. Like, I haven't seen anything as far as images or stills with him as a main. I really want it to be a thing though, because it's supposed to be 2 years later.
Oh shit!
Um,
Okay.
at the end of season one, it's gonna be about 2 years, or they have 2 years until all of those children that were left behind are eligible to be shipped out for demon consumption. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so we shall see. But getting back to
Getting
season
back into
one,
order. Back into the order of things when
back into the
Sister Crone.
Crone. There we go, Sister Crone, who
Crone.
serious hair envy. I wish my hair could do the things that her hair can, and I also wish I could
Or
run
like
as
a
fucking fast
creepy
as she
bitch.
can. Yes,
I was about to
yes.
say the scene of her playing tag. I was like, that bitch is hauling ass. I thought she was scary at the beginning, but when she started just booking it,
Yeah, it's the
I
juggernaut,
was like,
bitch. It's all I thought of.
damn,
She was
that bitch
flying
can move.
in boots. That's kudos, kudos. She had on some
She needs
whole ass Doc Martens, flying through them damn woods, bro.
be in the Olympics right now. To be like bowling through.
Just have her on on backup.
She'd be on the hurdles and not jump over any of them. Just carry them along with her
Just
while she's
crush through
sprinting.
all of them.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, I liked her character. She was a very intense but also short lived character, which kind of irritates the shit out of me. But
Yeah,
you
it
know,
sucked that they killed her off real fast.
yeah,
But I mean, I get it, I guess, because it kind of played into the rest of the story.
it
But
did. But
yeah,
at the same time, she was kind of like a side character, and I want to say that she could have not been in the story technically, and we wouldn't
really
really had
not.
anything. But her
Well,
presence
yeah.
kind of caused them to be more. It caused a lot of revelations to happen. Put it that way.
I mean, she helped the kids there at the end
Exactly.
before she got taken out, which is
I think without her, the last, like, I guess you could say the third act of the season wouldn't have really been possible.
played out the same way.
Yeah, I wouldn't have played out the same way at all. Like, Mom Isabella, whichever way you want to call her, would have caught on to their shit a
Mommy.
lot faster, significantly faster. So I think that her presence and her level of crazy, which is justified, of course, because the little flashback they did right before she died of how she had to grow up in the orphanage and then get selected to be a mom and all that shit. That
Yeah,
shit's
which I
weird,
mean, that
man.
adds a lot of depth to the situation of like, so even the moms at one point were
Mm-hmm.
these kids, and then they
Mm-hmm.
just got lucky enough, if that's what you want to call it, to be
Yeah.
selected to raise all these kids and
Well, that's the thing
send
that I
them
think
out to their
is
death.
that's the thing I think is weird is that it's like, is it? I thought initially I was like, oh, okay, well, it's all the females get the opportunity to become a mom,
Yeah.
but apparently not because Connie didn't get that opportunity to be told, hey, by the way. And I think it's only available if you're the smartest, i.e., like Emma, and
Yeah.
stay to the age of 12. Then they can decide, okay, well, do we want her to be eaten or
You
do
have
we
the
want her to,
potential. Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's what happened because if you think about it, the flashback, Sister Krona was an older kid. I think she was maybe 10 or 11 whenever
Yeah.
she got pulled into the program to be a mom. And then same thing with Isabella. She, I think, was right at 12 whenever she got pulled in.
Yeah. She was pretty old though. And
So,
then before we get off the topic of Sister Crone, her creepy ass doll.
yeah.
Her and her doll, both of those, they make some faces. Like the doll's creepy, but then Sister Crone has those faces where she's like
it's
creepy-ish
those
bit.
angles, like those that are
Yes, they do good with that.
those on the podcast aren't gonna be able to see this, but if you know about the whole like Stanley Kubrick stare, like it's like look straight on like through your eyebrows and then like tilt your head down and then like smile, like it's like that, but from different angles, and it's the creepiest looking shit. It's so well drawn though, like the whole. I love the art style in the show, for sure. So
Well, it
that
fits
doesn't
the
help.
show. Like
Yeah, it fits it
it's got a lot of
perfectly.
shadows and very
Yeah,
eerie kind of drawings in a lot of situations. So they did a good job matching it to the
exactly. Very good job.
style.
But yeah, so the whole purpose for the game of tag was what? They were trying to get the kids to build their stamina without letting them in on the situation. So I
Yeah.
thought that was a clever way of dealing with that. Of, well, we're gonna have all of these useless ass kids, getting tired after like 10 steps. So we're supposed to be running and climbing and hiding and shit. We're supposed to have this like Olympic level fitness basically to keep away from the demons and the moms. So I thought that was cool. That
Yeah, I like that how it shows all of the details of the plan.
mm-hmm.
Is like, okay, they're not just escaping now with some magical plan. They're actually having to train these kids and they're having to switch up their plan as they go because other shit happens. So I like the
Yeah,
whole concept of how they go about it. And like I said, for a 12 episode series, they pack a lot of detail into all the planning and stuff that they had to do.
like it
So
was
they
it
really
was it was done
there ain't
very
no filler
well.
episodes.
No, there's zero filler, and I'm very surprised because they managed to do 12 episodes. It wasn't jarring the way they progressed through the story. Everything paced out well for 12 episodes, even with the amount of content and the amount of twists and turns that happened, which is surprising to me because there are shows out there, Dead Man Wonderland, I'm looking at you, that just kind of end in the middle of a character's backstory. You know, but we won't go there. I'll be kind, somewhat.
Yeah.
So,
No.
but yeah, I like that. Like you said, the way that they actually showed the plans changing as they were learning new events and having to keep away pretty much and play that cat and mouse and do that
Yeah.
espionage and kind of be deceptive with the moms, regardless of the fact that Sister Krona's hella intelligent and knew exactly what was going on after a while.
Well, yeah, it's kinda like those, that end of the season of Vinland Saga, those mind games. It's
Yeah,
kinda like that, but
yeah,
except it's a whole season of it.
exactly. It's an entire
So,
season of just straight up cat and mouse mind games and deception, and it's the greatest shit. Um, for me, something that came from with Sister Krona was Sister Krona, and also the suspicion that there was a mole among them. He goes to Ray and goes, "Hey, we might have a mole amongst us."
yeah.
And Ray's reaction kind of told him everything he needed to know. So he sets him up and does like a double blind of puts
Yeah,
her
which
off
is
the
pretty
scent.
smart.
Yeah, puts her off the scent. So that ends up putting Sister Krona off the scent. So that ends up putting Ray off the scent because it looks like he gave Isabella the wrong information. So then she gets onto him or gets suspicious of him. Yeah, that was a pretty interesting
I mean, yeah,
double blind
just
there.
well, even finding out that Ray was the mole, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, what? Because they just kind of say it. Like, because Norman's like,
Yeah.
interesting. And then Ray's like, yeah, so, yeah, I'm the mole. Your point.
Also, side note while we're talking about Ray, doom doom doom, intermission, our, Naruto comparison of the day, Ray is baby Sasuke. That same thing, it's that, like, black hair and the emo edgy boy.
There it is. Ah,
Like,
damn it.
it's just
Yeah,
what it
he
is,
he 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 does give off
except
hella
to a more
Sasuke vibes.
extreme.
Yeah, more intelligent anyway. Emma's Naruto, of course, for sure, because of the whole. If we could do anything, we could do if we just believe it. Bullshit. And then
No, I won't go
Norman.
any further than that. I think
No,
it's just
I'm
more
just gonna do
Sasuke.
those two. Norman doesn't really fit into that mold.
He's too
Yeah,
smart.
yeah, he's too smart. He's a genius. Damn it. But yeah, the double agent reveal was really interesting because that was like at that point was like the second major twist.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, and you find out that Ray's known for like the whole time,
oh
basically.
yeah,
It's like, oh, you're a piece of shit, kind of.
yeah. He's like, oh, I've been. What do you say? Oh yeah, he's like, oh, I've been I've been working with her for 6 years, and I'm like, no, you're only like 9. Like what the? You're
No,
like
he
9 or 10.
yeah, he's like, damn, son.
Yeah, that was wild. I was like, why are they like this? I don't like it. I immediately had like a visceral hatred for him because I'm like, I felt betrayed.
Like, that's some
Uh,
hoe shit right there.
yeah, I was like, dog, you just casually, yeah, okay, you got me. The fuck you gonna do about it? It's literally what he said. He's like, what are you gonna
Bye,
do
kind
about
of.
it? I was
Well, and
like,
then when he outright told Emma, he was like, "Oh, I was the spy." I was like,
in her,
"All right."
yeah, she was kind of like, okay, well, I mean, it's too late now to do anything. I forgive you. Anyways, let's continue. Like, I was like, what,
Yeah,
man?
they brushed that off real. Yeah, I was like, okay.
Even Norman was confused. He's like, what do you mean? Like, you're just not gonna nothing? Okay, cool. Fuck it. I guess we continue. Uh,
Yeah, the sad part of the whole show is like how sad, but kind of they strategize. How all the kids are like kind of backstabbing each other throughout the whole thing. Like
a little bit,
Norman
yeah.
and Ray and Emma are all like Ray wants Norman to abandon all the little kids no matter what Emma wants behind his back, and then they just
Made him promise, and then
yeah. There's a
Norman
couple
and
other later.
Emma, yeah, Norman and Emma have a plan that they never tell Ray.
Yeah,
Uh, and
Ray's
he's
got a
like,
plan. He doesn't
yeah,
tell
he has a
anyone, but
plan. He
Norman
doesn't
finds
help,
out.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, so they all have their own way of doing things instead of just discussing with each other as ridiculously intelligent they are. But it kind of plays into the whole like, there's no I in team, bro. but, but yeah, so after the double agent thing, we get introduced to good old Don and Gelda.
Oh yeah, dude, that
I hate him.
pissed me off.
I hate Don with a passion.
Like the
And
part where they went into Mom's secret room.
yep,
I was like, you dumb ass.
mm-hmm. I was like, you're gonna get caught, and she's just gonna kill you before you even get a chance to get eaten. So, but that was the problem, was that it was all because they wanted to find out the real truth because they couldn't trust uh, Norman and Emma and Ray. They're clearly hiding something. The only thing they were hiding was, instead of it being human trafficking, which is exactly what they were doing,
Yeah,
the kids were dying. So yeah, like they gave them
yeah,
the
that was
PG-13
shit.
version of what was actually happening, and they weren't content with that, and then they almost got killed in the process over Don and his stupidness. Yeah, that's, man, I hate that kid. Like, I hate him so much. And then he had the audacity to be like, "I'm sorry, meh. You guys just trust us. We can do stuff too, meh."
Yeah, it's like I just something that could almost get us killed like an idiot because I go off emotion and don't
Yeah,
actually think.
they all like think logically. I just know how to be a big brute, meh. Piece of shit. Anyways,
Well, and then the scene where Norman and Emma are going to like kind of scout the wall
mhm.
area, and Mom locks Ray in the room, and it's like, I ain't working with you anymore.
Yeah, I was that was another twist. So she's just like, okay, well, oh,
The biggest, yeah,
that was after she got rid of Sister Krona, because she got
yeah.
the letter and was like, oh, by the way, your service is no longer needed here. And she's like, what? Uh, and she handed her the letter and let her know, oh yeah, headquarters says you're gonna get your own house or whatever. And it's like,
I knew that was fake from the
yeah,
beginning.
as soon as I saw that, I was like, I don't like her face while she's telling her this.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah, she got to the gate, and here comes Grandma. And I'm like, oh no.
You's dead.
I was like, as soon as I saw Grandma, I was like, oh no. Oh no. Like, here's the end. I mean, she kind of fought, sort of, not really. She
You
couldn't.
can't,
You
based on
can't.
what we've seen, it's hard to fight him.
Yeah. So,
And
but
then, okay, so back to the scene where the mom locks Ray in the room and then goes after Norman and Emma.
mm-hmm.
The biggest thing that had me jaw dropped was when she just snapped Emma's leg. I was like,
Yeah.
one, you got some strong ass arms just to break her leg with your hands.
Literally with just her bare hands.
And I was like, and then two, what the hell, bitch?
Like all I heard was the pop because they didn't show it initially, And so she's like, "Go, Norman!" And so he goes, gets the bag, and runs and does his thing. And then as his back is turning, he's running away. He hears pop,
Oh shit!
and I was like, "What did she
I wasn't
break?"
ready for
Like,
that one.
it was like, "What did she break?" And then you see her
At
leg.
first, I thought she snapped her neck.
I did
I wasn't
too.
gonna lie. I was like, they better not have just killed her because I'm pretty sure she just got her neck snapped.
Yeah, because you
That's
hear
what it
that
sounded
pop, and
like.
that shit echoed, and it even made Norman's blood run cold. And like I said, I
Yeah,
was like, "What the hell did she just break on this poor child?" Like, and zooms out, and it's her like in the most. That's the most sinister shit. Like, she snapped this little girl's leg, and then had the
yeah.
audacity to like carry her and like pet her hair
Act
like she
like
was
she's like,
comforting
oh, it's
her.
okay.
Oh my god, just give up already. I told
Talk
you.
about being able to be a good actor. Like, damn.
She's like, I told you, you won't win this. Just give up
Well, then
already.
they told Norman his shipment's been expedited.
Oh yeah, because initially it was Ray, wasn't it? Or I think they all thought it was going to be
Well, no,
Ray.
he was. They didn't know really when, but
They
because they
just,
thought Ray's was the next one for his
yeah,
when his birthday was coming, and she was like, "Oh no, Norman, we're gonna ship you out now." It's
yeah.
like
Good
I
news, Norman. You're gonna, our family is interested in you. Yeah, that was some shit, like,
we're
oh man.
delivering you through Amazon for same day shipping.
I what pissed me off was like they found out where, or yeah, the trackers. They found out that they're gonna start doing trackers because remember she came out and showed them that she can track them. Uh,
Yeah, that was way back
when Krona
that
was
way
still
back
alive.
in, yeah.
Yeah, she showed them that she can track them, so they're like, "Fuck, we got to figure that shit out." So that was whenever they first brought in Dawn and Gelda. But
Hmm.
yeah, that plays in. That's why I was like, let me not forget because that plays into that phenomenal finale of the season.
Yeah, well, I
Uh,
mean, and Norman was my favorite character. So when she was like, "You're getting shipped," I was like, "Please no,
yeah,
don't do this to
right.
me."
I was like,
And
oh,
then
they're gonna save him. It's fine.
they'll
He's
figure
gonna be
something
fine.
out, yeah. And then you go through like Emma and Ray's plan to save him, and then they start showing that he's doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "All right, we're good." And then he shows back up to mom. You idiot!
Doug, when he came walking back over that hill, bro,
I was pissed.
I'm not gonna lie, like I got a little misty eyed. I was like, please
I
no,
was
not like this.
heartbroken.
It was like not like
Don't
this.
do this to me.
This is the boy.
But it made sense because when they showed that the cliff was there, I was like, well, I guess I get it.
Yeah, because they were like,
I
you
was like,
idiot, why did you do this? And he's like, there's no way. There's
it's
this
like, yo, bro, there's
giant
a
cliff.
hole in the ground.
Yeah, like there's a giant, like God knows how deep chasm in between the wall and land. It goes all the way around this bitch.
Yeah,
That's
the
wild.
only thing making me hold out any hope is that they didn't show Norman dead.
Yep,
Because if you
exactly.
notice how all the other fit people they shipped out, like the Sister Crone and
Hmm.
Connie, they showed them dying, but they
Yeah,
didn't show Norman dying. So I mean, so I'm hoping that there's something there that
I
maybe they
had,
selected him to do something and then he's still alive. But that's my hope. That's my
I have that same
dreams.
hope, but I'm going to hope cautiously. Uh,
Yeah,
the thing was, whenever he opened the door, he looked up and he was like, "What?" Like he is taken aghast by
yeah.
nobody knows really what. Again, I haven't read the manga. If they've stated it, just yeah, I haven't read it, so I'm just gonna watch that shit. But
We don't read.
maybe they show it in season two. I don't know. I don't think so because I'm sure by now I would have seen some kind of spoiler regarding that. But yeah, he
Yeah.
looked up and looked shocked, like it was something familiar or someone familiar. So I thought that was strange.
Well, yeah, and because they don't really explain like, you notice when they shoot like roses into their bodies,
Yeah,
and it doesn't really explain like exactly what that does. So there's a whole lot of mystery behind what exactly they're doing to them, because
I
we think we know they're killing them, but are they actually slash? I mean, they talk about eating them, like eating saving their brains
yeah,
and
saving their
stuff, or is
brain
it
because it's a
something else?
delicacy. But the
Yeah.
thing, yeah, that confused me because
What's the point of the rose? Is it just the way they kill them, or how does that work?
yeah, because like it shows its significance as far as like with Connie in the beginning, then with Krona. but it doesn't really explain what the fuck the purpose of the rose is. They
Yeah.
introduce with Grandma. They introduced the character of the One, who's just like I guess Demon Daddy. So
Ooh.
Demon Daddy, oh my god. So I don't know if he has something to do with like maybe there's some kind of like toxin in it that kills them quickly. Because if you notice, the heart or the flowers are near the heart, so
Yeah,
I don't
that
know if
is
that's
true.
something to like I don't know put them in a stasis before they eat them, or what. But there was that scene with the like vat that had like a human in it.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. There's so many. I have so many questions with that when it comes to that portion of the story. But yeah, so Norman is taken out, and you see him look surprised as hell at whatever the fuck is behind that door number one. So after after that, it cuts back to recently broken leg Emma, who is distraught and reasonably so.
I mean, yeah, they really play and make you think that they all kind of gave up because they're pretty depressed there for a while.
Oh yeah, that was a good twist because not knowing that, like thinking that many steps ahead, even with all the variables in place on the part of Emma and Norman, kudos is all I can say on that. That just proves it kind of proved why they were seen as like the best of the best because of how
Yeah.
ridiculously intelligent they were, and the fact that they thought all of that up, including all the contingencies and sub contingencies in the event that one of them goes missing or gets quote unquote adopted. So I liked that shift there.
And then you get a emo boy Ray plan to set himself on fire, and you get to that scene.
Yeah,
It's like,
because I
God
mean
damn it,
it
boy.
was the acting there was perfect on Emma's part because that was for 2 whole months. That was 2 straight months of her pretending to just be downtrodden and depressed and out of it. That way, every time Isabella saw Ray and Emma, she didn't presume anymore. She's like, I won.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, yeah, the way things were structured with it, though, I think was really good because normally, like in a show like that, a main character, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill myself, set myself on fire,"
yeah,
and you're like, "Oh, no, they're not gonna do it." But then after they kind of offed Norman, you're like, "Well, it's possible."
yeah, it's like
Is it just gonna be Emma that's the main character after this? Like, they do a good job, like yanking you back and forth because you're like, "Nah, they wouldn't do that," but then like, "Oh, they've
it's
already
like they
killed a couple
might.
people."
Yeah, it's like they
They killed
might
the
go
main
that far.
character technically, yeah.
An adult casually snapped a child's leg. So yeah, anything's possible here. Uh, so yeah, the plan and the fact that even up until was it episode 11 I think is whenever he tells her, oh okay, well that's great and fine and dandy and all, but seeing as how I'm still probably gonna end up getting shipped out of this bad boy unless something drastic happens in the next 24 or next like 12 hours, I'm setting this bitch ablaze. They can't have this meat, blah 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 blah,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and then Norman, still even after death, MVP there, just like, oh no, Emma, here's the plan after I'm gone.
Yeah,
Like
it's
this
too
is what
good.
Ray's doing, and then they do the last episode's like just a giant reveal of all the plans, and
It's
I was
yeah,
like
it's
the
the execute mode, and it's
yeah, which is
so
beautiful,
good. That
satisfying.
was yeah, like I'm getting chills thinking about it now, just because of how well it was so perfectly executed, and the
Yeah.
fact that even Isabella was like, "Son of a bitch, y'all did it!" Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, and then but even the plan to leave Squirtle behind,
yeah,
Phil, they I was like, "No," but then at the same time, that adds so they better go save his ass in season 2 or I'm gonna
they
be,
better. I was
pissed.
yeah, like Phil came in clutch as fuck, so I'm like, nah, y'all gotta save my boy, bro.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
because he's basically kind of the equivalent to, Ray, Norman, and stuff, like, he's one of the intelligent
yeah,
ones, but he's at a very young age, so
yeah, he's as intelligent as like Emma and all of that. At her level
yeah.
of like, I can do everything that you can do, but I'm four. Like he's literally 4 years old, so his level of
Yeah.
comprehension of that complex of a plan, I was like, dude, Phil's a goat. Like,
Yeah.
that's like,
Bill's my second favorite character.
yeah. For me, it was Krona as far as just like the weirdness factor of her.
She's
Then
weird.
Orphan Sasuke, and then and then Phil. I despise Emma. I'm not gonna lie. Like I tried to hold back on my distaste for Emma's character, even though she's quote unquote the main. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well, Orphan Sasuke isn't as cool as regular Sasuke because he's only got a Orphan Sasuke's only got a neck tattoo, and regular Sasuke's got a whole body curse tattoo that he can take away and put on whenever he wants.
stupid as fuck. Oh shit. Yeah. But
He's not as edgy.
he's not as edgy. He needs more edge. He'll get it when he grows older.
Yeah.
But yeah, the execution of the plan was phenomenal. My favorite part was of that plan was she was trying to find her and thought that she was hiding. She was trying to Isabella was trying to find Emma and thought that she was hiding.
Yeah.
And
Well, and that they cut their fucking ears off. I was like,
yes, they all just casually agreed.
"Ooh."
Yeah, you know
Well,
what?
no, it was just Ray and Emma. The others, I think they used that zapper
Yeah,
to
they zapped all of their transmitters.
their transmitters
So as
later.
she was trying to find them, she's looking for it and through all the smoke and shit, and she's like, "I found her," and opens up the closet, sees a
And
little,
it's an ear.
yeah, it's an ear,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Son of a
Ooh.
bitch!"
I don't know. I don't know if I could have done that as an 11-year-old.
Right?
Like snip my ear off. Like,
Just go, hey, you know what? This needs to happen so we can get the. That's hey, desperate times, bro. Desperate times
yeah,
call
no
for
shit.
desperate measures, and that's being turned into freaking chow for a demon. No, I'm good.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, that whole escape plan was just kudos. Even I love the fact that her leg had been healed. First off,
Yeah.
so I don't know of anyone that, especially with like the way that her shit was wrapped, all shoddy. Anybody that can A, run as fast as she was running, B, climb shit as much as she was climbing shit, and C, even be fully healed with a broken leg that bad. Cause that was like knee too. Like this shit was mangled.
They fucked her shit.
But yeah, it'd be fully healed and he'd be like, all right, we're good. Let's do this.
I'm ready.
While like doing really just executing the plan and getting everything prepared for 2 months whilst also healing, being in excruciating pain with no painkillers. What?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Emma's a bad bitch at
She's a
the end there.
beast. You know,
She's
that was
hardcore.
her redeeming factor, somewhat for me. Only because she created the greatness that is Phil. So
Yes. Well, I am happy that her character came to the realization that she was going to have to leave him behind. It was
mm-hmm.
good development for her
Yeah.
instead of continuing that stubborn I'm taking everyone. It was
Mm-hmm.
we're going to escape with the people capable and then we're going to come back and save you guys
Yeah.
once we know what we're doing. But yeah, I honestly though, dude, at the end there when mom climbed up on the wall,
Yeah.
like again, mom's got them athletic skills too. Uh
They're all Naruto running up the
Yeah,
wall.
no shit. Yeah, pretty much. But when she was up at the wall, I thought something was gonna when Emma was the last one to zip line, I thought something was gonna happen. I thought she was either
I
gonna like
was
the
yeah.
mom was gonna like cut the line while she was in the middle of doing it. I thought I wasn't or like grab her right before she gets to zip across. Like I wasn't sure what was gonna but I was surprised that she let her go. That was definitely a
More
switch up in
insight
her
into
character too.
more insight into her character.
And I have to say, side note, when mom undid her bun and had that hair flowing, I was like, ooh,
She had the librarian hair down. It's like, oh, hello
oh yeah.
there,
Like,
ma'am.
who is this?
Ma'am, I can forgive all of your past transgressions. Looking ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
But she, yeah, I was really worried
Waifu.
because she somehow managed to get all the way over there just in time to see Emma, and that's not
Yeah.
as we've seen. That is not a short distance.
No, that's past the fence, over the hill, and through the woods to
Yeah,
grandma's house.
like that's a good ways out of the way from the house. So yeah, that it surprised the hell out of me that she had the ability to clear that distance that quickly on foot.
Yeah, she was She was probably hauling ass like Sister Crone was.
Oh, I'm sure. Maybe I don't know, man. I don't know if she's a runner. She's a track star. But she,
Yeah.
but yeah, she got there, and then it does the flashback of the fact that she did the exact same thing, and that's why she was kind of
Yeah,
looking at
that's what she
yeah,
knew how.
yeah. That's how she knew how, and so she's kind of looking at Emma like, "Wow, you actually were able to do it where I couldn't," you know.
Yeah.
And but then I'm like, well, what's gonna come of her? Because
Yeah, they gonna kill her ass for failing and stuff.
yeah,
Like
the house is burned down. She
she seems to be
failed.
grandma's favorite, but still,
It's
you never
exactly.
know.
So you never know. You know, grandma seems like she's real quick to be like, you don't serve my purpose anymore. Bye. Like, and if she
Now
let,
we got to figure out who grandma is. That bitch.
yeah, and the one.
Yeah.
But overall, series wise, it was intense. So intense. The jump from, oh, look at these happy-go-lucky kids, somewhat happy-go-lucky. I don't know whether they're numbered, but just maybe some like weird futuristic dystopian land where they have to number the children. Blah 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 blah. The overall for the show was really good. It's very thriller esque. That's something I can really think of as far as the best genre to drop it into. Thriller, psychological, kind of. The cat and mouse. It's got some. It's dark, of course. Technically, you could drop it into the horror genre if you really wanted to. As far as just the way the events play out in the show, what I want to see in season two, and if anyone wants to go on ahead and say something in the comments, what I want to see in season two. What I mean is, if anybody knows what happens, but what I want to see is the growth of some of the other characters, i.e., like Gelda. I want her to have more of a say in things because she's kind of mousy
Nah,
now. But
bro.
I think
She's
that
like Sakura. She's just useless and
useless,
annoying.
useless, useless.
Either way.
No, I want her. I want her to grow as a character because she's going to be out in the middle of the wilderness with everybody else.
She better grow.
So yeah, I would think that she would grow, being out, hiding and running from demons. They're out literally just in some trees. They ran for hours. Kudos, freaking don't understand how children can run literally for hours like long distance runners, but I guess all that stamina buildup works whenever you got a good head on your shoulders. I don't know.
Train for months, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, them running through the woods and going, okay, well, do you think we're far enough? No, we should probably keep going. And then they literally ran until daybreak. Um, yeah, that I want to see if they end up in a new world. I want to see, or end up in the real world. I want to see if they have to hide amongst the public. If there are even kids in the general public, that's a question that I've had since watching the show, and even before the second season coming out. Are there children in the regular world? Are there regular adults that have normal jobs and normal living?
Or is it like an
Situations?
apocalypse thing where there's a settlement of resistance humans or something?
Yeah, or is it solely demons out in the world, or are they like an underworld kind of thing where parents that uh, don't have the means to take care of the kids or take care of children, they give them up to this organization that feeds demons. You know,
That's true. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
there's a
there's a
lot of
lot of
options
potential.
there. Yeah.
So, what would you rate it star wise?
Star wise, I would give this bad boy a 4 out of 5. Um, Mainly because the art direction is gorgeous. I enjoyed the pacing, uh, superb pacing. It would have been a 3.5 just because of Emma's character, but
Yeah.
that got saved in the end, and also the pacing bumped it up to a 4 because for 12 episodes, I've seen many a 12 episode series, and I'd say this is probably top 3 in pacing. It doesn't just end in the middle of a storyline. It doesn't end in the middle of or at the peak of or right before the climax in an action scene. It doesn't just go, okay, that's your 12 episodes. That's all you get. Bye. Like it doesn't do that. You
Yeah.
get the full. You get what could be the full story in 12 episodes. You know, they could be in a scenario to where they don't. Um, Or what they didn't do a second season? What if they didn't have the funding to do a second season? We would have been
Yeah,
fine. I would have still gotten a good enough portion of the story that would have possibly pushed me to go and read the manga.
yeah, that's
It
true.
didn't because I still haven't. But
Season two.
but overall, yeah, it's a really good show. Great story, great pacing, great art direction, great writing. As far as the dialogue is concerned, I like the dialogue and the standoffishness of scenes such as, for example, Norman and Ray, whenever he's kind of letting him know, hey, the jig's up. I know you're a double agent. So just
Yeah,
that kind of back and forth is really good. The really overall, yeah, that's the biggest thing for me is that good back and forth, that good dialogue, that good direction. It all played out perfectly, and then of course everything tying together with that nice neat little bow. Even though the story continues,
yeah,
love it. That's to me that's a sign of damn good direction. So
yeah. I mean, I agree. A lot of the overall pacing, like what they did for 12 episodes, I think is amazing.
mm-hmm.
Like I think they did a really good job with 12 episodes. Like it wasn't too much, but not too little. I think it was perfect amount of stuff happening. Like there was a lot of detail, but it didn't feel like overwhelming. You could
Yeah,
follow the story and what was going on.
yeah,
But then they also leave you with enough to want and like more information you want, like why I want to see season 2 or
yeah,
and then the characters in the show, I like all how they're all like very unique, have their own personalities to them, and doing different things, and what their different strengths and weaknesses are, and how they work together, and sometimes don't work together to get through this shitty life they have. And then, like you said, the animation I think is really good. I think it fits the type of show it is.
mm-hmm.
It was a nice switch up for me. It wasn't an anime with a bunch of fighting and powers and stuff. It's just regular people, kids this time, and it's more of a thriller horror kind of situation where no one's really fighting each other. Like you don't get that traditional fighting to do shit kind of anime. Like,
Yeah.
oh, the
I gotta be the
training wasn't
best.
fighting. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
you're
training
not.
wasn't the fighting. It was just to escape.
Yeah, it wasn't like we gotta have a battle arc, and for whatever reason, these three kids are gonna be able to take out mom with their fists and
Yeah,
bravery
exactly. It
and the
was it
power
was
of
all
friendship
mind
and all that
games.
shit.
Yep. Yeah, it was all mind games and strategy and being smart and thinking through things and not the physical
Yeah, it was the mental
battle your
game.
way
That
through.
was
Yeah.
that was what was stressful. That's what brought the anxiety and
Mhm.
just the suspense, and like it genuinely kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time. Was just all of that suspense and build up and the mental games that they were playing the entire time, and that's what I enjoyed
Yeah.
the most. But I think what would you say star wise overall you'd give it then?
My star is the same as yours, 4 out of 5.
Four
I
out of
think
five.
it's yeah, it did. I think there wasn't really anything I had to complain about it
Yeah.
other than, like you said, Emma annoyed me a little bit, and Gilda and the other dude. But
Yeah, Dawn. Yeah.
yeah. But
Good.
other than that, overall the story was good, and I'm looking forward to doing the
The
season
second
2
season. Yeah.
watch and review.
Yeah. Well, we'll have
So
to. I'll have to definitely make some
definitely,
time because I'm gonna be just as fresh to it as you are,
that'll be
as far as
good.
that's concerned. Um, One thing I will say before we get on out of here, there is one story element we didn't cover, and I'm gonna keep it that way because in the event that we do have listeners that decide to listen to us as far as just for review's sake, regardless, and they just don't care about spoilers, I'm gonna go with the leave that up to anybody that actually wants to watch it because I'm sure we have listeners that don't care about spoilers and hence listen to us to kind of see our take on things with the shows that we review. So with that being the case, anybody that does listen to us just for the review sake, thank you. First off, second off, I won't. If you haven't seen the show and you're listening and you've made it this far, you're a savage. I can tell you that much right now. That's awesome though. But the last story point I will not go over because I would appreciate if you enjoyed this anime as much as we did and got that little bit of surprise since we've kind of at this point have taken all the surprise out of the show itself.
Yeah, there's a lot spoiled. It's a little interesting to kind of see the details that we didn't cover because there's a lot of details that we don't
there's a whole lot that we
go over.
didn't go over. But
You
that's
don't
what we
always
mean
get the
by
atmosphere.
yeah, that's what we mean by there's just so much in this show, or at least in this season that they managed to cover. We've reviewed already full length shows that didn't have as much detail in 12 episodes as this has. So
Yeah,
that
that's
should
for
tell you
sure.
something about the direction that was placed on the show. It's that good of a journey that I would rather leave that out and let y'all go and experience that one just fresh, just sweet freshness. Yes, that long S was necessary.
The on the night. All right. So I think that'll do it for this review.
Yep.
If you're on the tube, hit the like and subscribe, and comment anything that we may have missed that you thought we should talk about, or if you think we're wrong about stuff, because I don't always know everything. I pretend to.
Likewise.
And if you're on any of our podcast platforms, whether it's Anchor directly, Apple, Spotify,
Google,
just straight up web
Stitcher,
browser,
everywhere.
you can always contact our email, which was mentioned earlier. I'll put it up on the screen. It's chillaandvanilla@gmail.com.
So there's that one.
That's
and
the
then,
one linked to our main account.
And then if anybody ever has like questions or suggestions for the pod direct, you can either email that one or email chillavanillapod@gmail.com.
Yeah, but consider giving us a follow on whatever platform you're listening on, and let us know what other stuff you want to hear, because we are here to entertain you.
We are here for you. We would like to continue to be here for you. So
Show us the way.
Show us, Dewey. Give us a little bit of love. Tell your friends. Tell your mom, even though she probably doesn't listen to us, but she will, though. She wants to hear this sweet, sultry voice. And, yeah, we hope to see you guys more often and be able to crank out more consistently. We apologize for last week. We both were busy, but
life.
Yeah, life and all that. But we will do what we can to get episodes out week by week for your delight. So we will see you guys in the next one, and enjoy the rest of your week. Peace.
Peace.